Hi, it's Michael Zapersky from ConsultingSuccess.com, and welcome back to the Consulting Corner, where consultants learn how to consistently attract their ideal clients and earn higher fees. So the question today, and the topic today is, should you ever take on a small project? Does it make sense? Is it worthwhile? Is it a good strategy? Well, let's explore this together. So in the vast majority of cases, I would suggest against taking on smaller projects. Why? Well, because as you work on larger projects, you have the ability to create greater value for your clients. But as you're creating greater value and working with larger clients on larger projects, it also allows you to earn greater compensation. So you can make a lot more money by working with larger clients on larger projects than you can working with smaller clients on smaller projects. And going back to what I shared in a previous video around value versus volume, if you're working with significantly smaller clients and smaller projects, you're really creating a volume-based business because you have to work with a lot more clients in order to earn the same income that you could achieve with working with significantly fewer clients at higher fee levels. But there are certain situations where taking on smaller projects really does make sense and can be a very effective strategy. The first is if you're just getting started as a consultant. You have expertise, but maybe you haven't put that expertise out into the marketplace yet. And so by working and taking on smaller projects, it allows you to start getting results for clients that you can turn into testimonials, create case studies around. You can then take that expertise and that experience that you've now developed as a consultant into the marketplace and start to use that to land more clients and to build up your track record and experience as a consultant. But the second situation where it makes sense is to take on a small project with a potentially small company, but that has the ability or really the growth potential to rapidly increase in size. And so what I mean by that, and a great example of that would be a startup company. So let's say they're pre-IPO, they're not yet a public company, but they have great technology, a great product, and you really see huge potential. Maybe they're the next Twitter, the next Google, the next Facebook, whatever it might be, right? But you know that working with them, even on a small project, even if they can't yet pay you the big fees because their revenues aren't yet growing rapidly, but you know and you can see and believe that their revenues can really grow and scale up very, very quickly. So it's worthwhile for you to engage with them because you're not thinking then only short term, you're thinking longer term, and you see the potential for you to work with this company now, even at a smaller scale and level, but knowing that it's going to become a much larger company very quickly, and that also then will translate into you being able to work on larger projects for that larger company and then earning higher fees because that company will scale up. And many times when you're getting on or getting kind of into a company like that at the ground floor who really has the potential to grow very quickly, you can arrange equity deals, you can get shares, and so that provides a lot of potential. There are some dangers around that, and I'll explore that in a future video if you're interested, so let me know. But certainly working with a startup company where you see that potential is another situation that makes sense. The third situation is taking on a smaller project but at a larger company. And so that is a great way to get your foot in the door. You see the potential to work with that larger company, but maybe you see it as being difficult to land a much larger project the first time because it's your initial engagement with them. And so starting off with a smaller project can be a great way to build that relationship, to prove and to show your expertise, to demonstrate value to that client. And doing that can then very quickly turn into you working on larger and larger projects for that large client. The fourth situation, and this one's really important, it's one that maybe people don't discuss enough, but it's passion, right? Maybe you just enjoy working with smaller clients or smaller projects. That's what you're passionate about. And maybe for you, income generation and revenue growth isn't your number one focus, or maybe isn't even your big focus, and that's totally okay, right? There is no right or wrong around that. And so passion should play a role in the decision that you make in terms of strategies and approach that you choose. If you're really passionate about working with smaller clients or taking on smaller projects, that's great, right? Enjoy that. Create the most value that you can with that environment and in that situation. But also know that the type of project that you choose really does influence the type of business that you have. And so if revenue generation, and if you really want to grow your income, then doing it only through smaller projects and with smaller clients is much more difficult than creating the opportunities and using the right structures and the right fees and strategies where you can work with larger clients on larger projects. That will get you to higher revenue and income levels much faster.